इतना सफर कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है। एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नाम नकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to all the dear friends, those who have joined us today for our Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. The entire Franchisee teams welcomes you for this particular business opportunity. This is the digital representation of the business opportunity, franchise opportunity, which we have got for you. And today we will try to get the understanding about the financial and the franchise model the brand is offering for each one of you. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. For this particular webinar, they'll be talking about the industry as well as will take all your queries. So we request each one of you to share your queries in question and answer box. The brand which we are representing for each one of you is Smoke Barbecue. It's a perfect destination for authentic smoked meat. And today we have invited Mr. Tanzeen, who will be talking about this brand. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in today. I'll just share the PPT for you so that we can have a presentation. But before I share the PPT, can we know your journey, how you, sir? So can we start with? So before I start the PPT, can I we request you to start with your journey so that formally all the audience knows you. Hope PPT is visible to you now, sir.
Hello.
You have to start. You have to start.
Yeah, can you hear my voice actually? Because I can't able to hear the.
So you are able to see the PPT. Can we start? So
Can you
you
hear
have,
me?
yeah, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you. Over to you.
Yeah, actually, we started this company 10 years back, and it's running successfully actually. Right now, we due to pandemic, we reduced the franchise fee as well as the budget also. Right around 10 lakhs where we have taken the budget, and minimum square foot required is 500 square foot for our franchise fee. Actually. Can you go for the next slide? Yeah, the idea is about this mobile was to create a very unique and one of its kind of experience for our customers. Whether it's several varieties of barbecue and especially there's a RAM mix which is not available in most of the franchise out there actually. So we are doing that actually. Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide. This is about us actually. It's a smoke barbecue. We are already have a solid footprint in around 10 years, and this is all the basic things you need to know about us actually. Can you go for the next slide? Right now we have 5 outlets actually. Uh, this is running currently, and some of the outlets have been closed due to pandemic, but others are running actually currently. You can contact the same WhatsApp number or website go for it. Yeah, as a smoke barbecue, we provide all the necessary supports actually with staffs and everything. And especially in smoke, we don't add any artificial colors or anything chemical to the food we prepare. That's the main thing in smoke barbecue. Can you go for the next slide? Yeah, the total investment is around 10 lakhs for air conditioned model, which includes the package fee, interior, exterior setup, kitchen equipment, staff, everything is included in that the budget actually. And the space required is minimum 300 to 500 square feet. Any prime location is good for it. Staff equipment is maximum 4. And breaking period is 10 to 8 8 to 10 months. You will have the breaking period actually. And we are looking forward for all across South and North India, non-major sector, major cities. Next slide, please. And especially this is a no royalty model. The franchise not need to pay the royalty every month. Actually, that's the main benefit we have. Our available right now. Actually. Due to this pandemic, we have stopped the royalty model. Actually. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is a new outlet in another that was running before pandemic. This is a model actually. Anything? Next slide. Yeah, benefits of having smoke barbecue is like no royalty, very low capital. That's around 10 lakhs only. That includes everything. Low operational cost, faster ROI, and quick break even, easy operations, investment in profit sector. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, this is our menu model. The menu model will be like this, and even the shape also the shape of the menu also will be like this actually. And we covered many items like rabbit and turkey, and black chicken, which is not available anywhere in the market actually. So we provide all kind of rare meats in the barbecue setup. Next slide. These are the menu, and the deer chicken that is we particularly we have a signature dish which is the chicken is marinated in beer and everything like that. And that's a very unique dish actually we provide. Some other items like exotic food like lobster and fish and everything will be provided also. Next slide, please. Next slide. Hello. Yeah. Hello. I don't know the meeting like the franchise again, Professor. So. Yeah, and vegan starters, and yeah, we have a particular page for vegan starters, and charcoal shawarma we newly introduced actually. The shawarma is made cooked under charcoal actually. It's a very unique dish we came up with. Next slide, please. Yeah, that's it. And this basic platters and everything we provide. And why smoke unique? We don't add artificial colors or anything, and we grill meats on food grade, charcoal. Fresh meats and vegetables are used in every food we do. So it's very quite healthy for the people who is ready to dine in actually. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is our food box model, and this is our inception cost actually. That is around equipment and machinery, and this is the break-even for break-even for the 10 lakhs budget actually. The equipment cost around 3,70,000 and outlet setup cost around 3,20,000, and software and other things actually. And the other thing, masalas will be provided in the first month. The next month, the customers has to pay, the franchise has to pay the amount of 50,000 for every month. They want the masalas, and as well as for the packing materials also. And we have bring down the franchisee fee cost around 2,50,000, which is what we done before. But right now, due to the pandemic, we have bring down the franchisee fee to 2,50,000. Next slide, please. This is a return on investment actually. You can see that the monthly sales, if the monthly sales is around 4,30,000, you will take the return on investment within 10 months. On the foreign assumption is 5 lakhs, so you can take the break at around 8 months actually. So this is a very easy way of getting return on investment, very easy actually. Yeah, next slide please. So this is completely all-in-one restaurant concept because we completely bring down everything in one place. So customers no need to go for some other place to get what they want. So all-in-one concept is our restaurant concept actually. Next slide, please. These are the other QSR models that is upcoming actually. Next slide, please.
That's the last slide.
Kamis, and can I request if you can just come closer to also because there's some.
I can't able to hear your voice actually.
I think you need to come closer to the audio. We could not hear you properly during the presentation. Am I audible? Ashna, can you hear me?
Ma'am, you are breaking up in between.
Okay, I'll try to shift.
And Tanzim sir, can we request you to come closer?
Sure. I'll request, I don't know if I'm actually audible. So I will request, since we've talked about all the formats and just to reiterate, friends, this is a Chennai-based company, and what we're discussing today, they also run some restaurants in the city. And the proposition that we're talking about is a low investment model, which starts at 10 odd lakhs. And I will also request, because on the last slide, we talked about three different formats, Mr. Tamis. Can you explain what these three different formats are for the interest of the audience? And are these to be taken independently, or are we talking about a cloud kitchen format for all the brands that we talked about? Ashna, can I request if you can take up the questions on the business model? I will just, in the meantime, connect on a different network.
Sure. No worries, ma'am. So, sir, we wanted to understand, we spoke about three different models. Would you like to have a description about those three different models, which we have shown in the last slide?
Yeah, two different models.
Yes, sir. So we wanted to have a detailed discussion on a financial as well as a three different model we have spoken about during our presentation.
Yeah.
The QSR model, yeah, we wanted to have a discussion on that.
Yeah, only we have right now, actually, we plan two model. Like one is around 8 lakhs, that is a non-AC model. The same setup will come with without AC. And another one is with AC. That's a main difference, that's all. So one is 8 lakhs and another one is 10 lakhs. That's the two model we have right now.
Sure, sir. And can we have a more discussion on our financial model, because we understand there are different models, and what kind of the financial will be involved in those kind of the models?
These are the upcoming QSM models actually. Like it's an under process actually. This one. Right now we are these budgets are like around smoke associated comes around 3 lakhs, and the profit around before 40,000 per month. These are the upcoming model actually. This is not currently right now. It's not live in anywhere actually. The currently live outlet is like Smoke Barbecue is currently live one actually. And that comes around two models, that is 8 lakhs and 10 lakhs.
Sure. So I'll just open again my PPT for you, and we wanted to have a detailed discussion on our financial part, because that's the most important part for any of the investors. So I'll just open the PPT once again.
Sure.
Yes, sir. So this is the basic information about the financials. Would you like to have more discussion on this?
Yeah, this is a basic thing only. Inception cost actually for 500 square feet, for area of 300 to 500 square feet. This is the total budget will be around 10 lakhs. So the equipments and machinery cost will be around 3 lakhs. So it includes every machinery and every like a barbecue machine, shower machine, and everything. Like it will be included in that. And the outer setup cost is B, actually like 3 lakhs 20,000. That is like interior setup with the boards and everything. It will come in that budget. And post system and the software and printer, that is a basic thing for the printing, for billing and everything like that. And other expenses like smoke gathering masalas. First month we provide the masalas to that. That included in the budget actually. So there's no need to pay any extra amount for that actually. And as well as the packing materials also for 10,000. The first month we will provide the packing materials and everything for the purchasing. And menu and opening promotion we will do something now from our side. So that is cost around total 35,000. So the franchise fee we reduced from the 5 lakhs to 2 lakhs 50,000 due to the pandemic and everything like that. So the franchise fee cost around will be 2 lakhs 50,000. The total amount will be 10 lakhs. That is the basic concept of this idea. The idea behind this our brand actually.
Sure. So, Tamis, can I also request, I think some part of the investment has also been covered. Would you also would like to explain our audience on the current format that you're running? What location are we currently running these formats out of? And also, if you can help us in understanding the overall value proposition when we talk about the four formats. So one is a 10 lakh investment, and the last slide we talked about the three different formats. Is that something which we take collectively under one roof as a cloud kitchen, or these are delivery formats that we are talking about?
No, this is separately different, completely different actually. Like budget-wise, different only. That's all. Like concept is same for 8 lakhs and 10 lakhs. The concept is same. The only thing that changes is the AC. For AC model, we are charging around 10 lakhs. For non-AC model, we are charging around 8 lakhs. That's the basic difference between both the model. That's the thing. That's all. Nothing else.
And if somebody wants to, have all these models under one roof, is there a provision with respect to that, or we want to treat that as independent kitchens with independent brands? What is the kind of positioning we are doing for the different formats?
Like see, this is basically like the franchisee has to find a nearby shop which is nearby to them, nearby to the home or whatever, and the shop should be prime location. It should be. Once the shop is they seen the shop and they're given to us, we'll start working on that shop, and we'll make everything. We'll make our brand come there. That's all. This is the simple way actually. Not like a cloud kitchen or like that. It is not like that actually. It's like each customer should have their own restaurant and their place in their prime location. That's all.
And which is the current format we're running? Are we running all these four currently, or we have?
So right now we are currently running two formats. That is 8 lakhs and 10 lakhs. The 10 lakhs format is running in Porur actually right now, and 8 lakhs format is running on the Kanjipuram outlet right now. The other outlets have been closed due to pandemic and some problem with that. It doesn't close like that, but other outlets have been running. The two formats are running in the currently. Actually.
Sure. And Tamis, I'll take a question, because I think last slide is what I'm always coming back on. So, friends, there are four different formats we're talking about. One is a 10 lakh model of, barbecue. And there are different cuisines which we saw on the last slide, where the investment starts at about, I think, 3 or 4 odd lakhs, and about 5-6 lakhs overall is the investment in these three formats. So, Mr. Tamis, I'd like to also ask, and I see that question coming from Mr. Pankaj Kumar also, if you can explain all these three independent formats, what is the breakup of the investment? Are they part of the main kitchen? Because the budget says 3 lakhs. What all is included in these three formats? And also, what is the kind of menu we're offering for all the three brands?
See, the 3 lakhs something for the outlet cost is like the interior setup. See, only if the customer or the franchisee, they'll see only they'll give only the shop actually. So we'll do all the interior setups and outer exterior boards and everything. We only do that actually. Okay. That is the cost that comes around 3 lakh something. Something like that. That includes everything. That includes the menus and everything that it is included in that with the exterior and interior and the exterior setup actually. That's a thing we are doing for the 50 lakhs and something, 50,000 something like that.
What all would this 3 lakhs cover? So I wanted to understand very clearly, what becomes the scope of investment for a franchise partner? What all would that cover? For example, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. What all investment heads would come under this? And second, you also mentioned investment that you would also undertake. What is your part of the investment you would undertake?
Like. Sorry, I didn't understand the question exactly.
You mentioned that you will also make some part of the investment. So what is the bifurcation of the investment? 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, these are three formats.
No, it's simple actually. See,
the investment.
It's very simple actually. The equipment cost, that is like the barbecue machine and shawarma machine will be there. The complete setup will be there, like tandoori machine. That is what we totally calculated and we put the amount as 3 lakhs something like that. For the equipment side actually, and the same thing goes for the interior and exterior also. That is total budget for the 500 square feet only. So for a 500 square feet shop, this is the budget actually. If the square feet of the shop is increasing, like 600 square feet or 700 square feet, the budget will also increase actually. That's the concept actually. It depends on the size of the shop actually, the budget.
And what is the franchise fees we are charging? Out of 3 lakhs, how much is the franchise fees we are charging across the three formats?
10 lakhs you are asking, right? For 10 lakhs. 50 lakhs is the old
This
concept.
one.
Sorry.
These
For 10
three
lakhs.
formats, so that means I wanted to have clarity. I think that's still not clear. Are these three formats a part of the main kitchen? If we put maybe one main kitchen, you can add all these three formats at 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs investments.
No.
All these three are to be considered as independent kitchen. This was the question.
Yeah. It's independent actually. It's not everything is combined actually. See, 10 lakhs concept is different.
All
And
right.
8 lakhs concept is different actually.
Sure.
It's not. We don't combine both concepts in one place actually.
All right. So
So,
this is now easy, friends. So we're talking about one format, and if you add additional 3 lakhs and 4 lakhs, which is only the equipment, because these are specialized cuisines we're talking about. The only investment you would have is only on the equipment that is needed. Rest, all that is in place as an infrastructure is something that would become a part of the investment, as explained in the capex, which includes overall 10 lakhs of investment. Additional 3 lakhs is only on the equipment which is needed for putting these. Now, Mr. Tamis, I will also like to understand, when we talk about, and we saw on that slide some profitability that you're projecting, I would like to have your guidance on, what exactly is the throughput and what can be predicted in terms of a throughput or revenue from a typical outlet. And if you can give some reference of the existing outlet that you're running, how much of that is takeaway, how much of that is delivery, is all delivery based? Over to you.
see, basically, we have done before pandemic. We have done our sales around 7 lakhs per month actually. That's the overall sales. That includes the delivery. I mean, the takeaway, delivery, Swiggy, Zomato, and everything that comes around 7 lakhs. That's for the 8 lakhs. That's for the 10 lakhs. Whatever budget is. The both budget comes around 7 lakhs is the per month with turnover for the company actually. But right now, due to pandemic, it has been reduced half actually. So so it comes around 4 lakhs, 4,00,000, something like that. It will come right now. The overall revenue. So the overall revenue, if the overall revenue is 4 lakhs something, if the food cost and other costs will be 2 lakhs, the revenue will be 2 lakhs actually. The profit will be 2 lakhs actually for the franchise. From the profit, they'll split the rent and everything. They'll go on. That's the basic.
And if you want to even maybe explain on the operating expenses, typically, what all operating expenses would a format like this have? How much is what we are paying to these delivery platforms? Because delivery platforms take a very high commission on the business that we do, through them. So if you have to take an understanding on the operating expenses, how much is the food cost that we are predicting? What is the kind of rental and spots ideally which are suggested to open these kind of takeaway delivery formats? And how much is the commission typically that we share with the delivery companies, be it Zomato or Swiggy? And what would be the net, I would say, margin or profit for a prospective partner? And you mentioned, typically maybe a cloud kitchen, and that's a all India average. If I have to take on an average, any cloud kitchen, depending on the size and the format, they would do typically anything between 3.5 lakhs to even 10 lakhs is the average revenue typically a cloud kitchen would do. So if we have to understand, what would be the components of operating expenses and what all heads they would fall under, and what percentage are we allocating to each of these expenses? For example, manpower, how much manpower is required? If we're doing say 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs of revenue, how much of that as a percentage goes towards manpower? How much of that as a percentage goes towards the food cost and other elements?
Yeah, that's what I clearly explained in the inception cost itself. See, basically, the rent for the shop will be around 15,000. It should be around 15,000. So that will be the right amount of rent for a particular place. For prime location, I'm asking, as saying actually, for this kind of concept. And after that, you are asking for the commission, what we are giving for the Zomato and Swiggy. It depends actually. For every area, it depends on the, for every area it changes actually. Swiggy and Zomato commission changing actually. So right now we are paying 22% commission for the Swiggy and Zomato. So 22% is the commission actually. For every order, they will take 22% from us actually. This is the basic thing what Swiggy and Zomato is doing in Chennai right now. Maybe in other places, maybe they reduce the commission or increase the commission. It depends on the places actually. That's all. And the cost for the masters and the total workers will be around 4 to 5. That's the maximum of the numbers of workers will be working in the shop actually. So 4 to 5 means the total amount will comes around. Wait just a minute. I'll take the PPT here. So, can you please wait for a wait?
Do you want us to play or put something on the
Yeah. Can you play that PPT actually? Yeah, that inception cost or that other one. Yeah, and the other one, the ROI, return on investment. Yeah. See, it clearly I said that actually. So 4 lakhs, the restaurant rent will be 20,000. So 15,000 to 20,000 is the right amount of getting a shop actually. So the master salary that is around for 3 persons that comes around 70,000. That each depends actually. Like per master it will comes around 25,000 per main masters, and another master will come around 25,000. That's the main master. These are the main master. That's around so cost around 50,000. And the third master, like tandoori or anything, any other master like that, they'll be charged 20,000. So the overall master salary will be 70,000. That's why I put it like that. That's what the main masters, main chef salary actually. And the assistant salary will be per head will be 11,000 something it will come. So 22,000 is the assistant salary we have given that. And electricity average calculation is 7,000 for a shop it will come. And for food and stocks at 42%, that means 2,500 will be deducted from the overall sales actually. So smoke masala expenses and marketing promotions if they are given. The marketing promotion, no need for every month. Just I just make put that to the for reference. So packing materials and staff room rent and everything which comes around 4 lakhs 50,000. If the profit is around 4 lakh 50,000 minus 3 lakh 60,000, that is the total expenses I'm saying actually in the bottom. So 4 lakh 50,000 minus 3 lakh 60,000, the net profit will be 90,000. If the profit is 4 lakh 50,000, if the sales is 4 lakh 50,000, you will get the profit around 90,000 per month. This is the basic. So for 5 lakhs, it will change to 1 lakh 14,000 is the same.
Sure, because your fixed cost would remain same, barring the food cost, and as your sales would go high, the only variable that you will have is the food cost. And if we have to, I like to take two parts, and one obviously is the training of the staff, because we're talking about the master salary, which is the head chef. So what kind of specialization does the staff need to have, and what training is given to him? Is one of the questions which I want to pick. And the second question which I want to pick from this slide is also on the supply chain. And how is that done? Is that centralized from a kitchen and supplied to a partner, or there is something that you procure locally? Would you want to explain that further, please?
See, actually, food and stocks actually vary according to every places actually. See, in Chennai, the food cost will be higher. Maybe in some other place, the food cost will be low actually. It depends on the place of the where they are getting the stocks actually. So it depends on I was saying 45%, but it may comes around the 40% also. Depends on the every state and every place they are buying it actually. And another thing what you asked actually, the next thing.
My question.
The masalas actually we provide the masalas actually for them. So every month we will provide the masalas. If they wherever in India if they check the purchase also, we will send the masalas directly from Chennai to their place actually. That's all. So that masala cost will be comes around 15,000. That's also varies for each month. It will get varied because every month they won't need the masala all kind of masalas to them. Sometimes they won't need the masalas. Some masalas they won't need it actually. So it depends on the customer total sales, the masala amount will also be changed actually. So masala will provide to them. Wherever they are, we'll send the masalas from Chennai to their place actually. That's a concept.
And hence, just to maybe add, since we're talking about this is primarily delivery cloud kitchen kind of a structure. And if you look at the overall structure and the kind of throughput which cloud kitchen gives or a takeaway format gives, you have almost on an average, if I just talk about the food cost, typically it would be anything between 35-40%. And then there is about 20% cost which goes towards the manpower deployment. And since your rentals are not very high, your cost ideally should be anything between 10 to 15%. It has to be under 15% in terms of rent. And then you have additional utility expenses, which is your, water and other utility that you use at the outlet would be about 10%. And most of the companies also charge a royalty fee, which should be to the tune of 6 to 8%. So that also takes up some part of your bottom line. So in this case, we're talking about a business format where there is no royalty and the entire supply chain is something which is handled by the company, where their proprietary masalas is something which is supplied by the brand. And on an average, any cloud kitchen format and even their current outlet, which they are operating out of Chennai, it has been grossing at about 4 to 7 lakhs of average. And Mr. Tamis, I will also like to pick, the question in terms of the rollout. Which are the locations which you are focusing? Are there any cities or I would say spots in Chennai, if I have to start with Chennai, which have been identified by you, where you feel there's a great potential for you to enter?
This concept is mainly work on very prime location. This concept is particularly designed for the prime location actually. Prime location with people with high capable of buying, like buying capability should be higher in that place. So that kind of place is suitable for this concept actually. So we planned in Kodambakkam, in Chennai, that's the main place. In Kodambakkam and Ananagar, Ashok Nagar, these are the main places we are concentrating on because this is a prime location. So people will easily come and get into it actually, get into the concept actually. So like that, like this prime location in all over India, wherever they are, the prime location will be like Ananagar, like that. So that's the main for example I can give for this concept.
Sure. And what is the term or agreement with our partner? How long would the agreement be signed for the tenure of the agreement?
For 5 years, the agreement will be signed.
And what happens after this tenure is expired?
After the tenure, they don't need to pay anything extra or anything like that. They have to renew the agreement also.
So that can be auto renewed. There's no additional fee that they will.
No, there's no additional fee for that.
To potential partner to operate within.
Sorry.
Within what I said, what is the radius? Are there any potential partner to operate? For example, if I am operating out of a X location, and would some protection of the territory be given to the partner? Is that something that we commit to the partner as a thumb rule?
The partner has to maintain what the franchisee associate are saying and what the idea we are providing. They just need to follow it. That's all. They don't need to do anything extra or anything like that. They just need to follow what the instructions given by the franchisee. That's more than enough to run a very good successful business.
So I was, in fact, maybe if you didn't hear that, I was asking about the radius. For example, if I open in a specific location, what kilometer distance would the second outlet come up in? Is there some radius that we give?
Yeah. Minimum 3 kilometers actually. Minimum 3 to 5 kilometers is the radius for each outlet. So if there's a distance between 3 kilometers, it will be good because for 3 kilometers they can cover around 3,000 people, something like that. They can cover it. So that's a minimum requirement for us. 3 kilometers is the minimum requirement. The 5 kilometers is okay, not a problem. Not more than 5 kilometers. Sure. More than 5 kilometers you can do that, but not nearby. It should be like more than within 5 kilometers. It's not like that.
Sure. And if you're looking at expansion outside Chennai, which are the cities? Are we looking at expansion outside Chennai, or Chennai would be our first priority to penetrate within?
Chennai is the first priority actually for us because we have more people know about us very well in Chennai actually. So that's the main priority we have. But other cities also, there are some people are interested and they are asking for us for our brand. So that's why we given the franchisee for Kanchipuram, that is out of Chennai. So those people also very interested in getting the brand actually. So it depends on the people actually. But we are doing every part of Chennai as well as other states also. It's not a problem.
True. Miss, I'll also request friends if you have any specific location in mind and maybe the city of your interest, you can put that in the Q&A box or also reach out on the hotline number of Franchise India. We will take it up with each one of you, and I will also request if anybody is exploring because they currently run out of Chennai and they've seen her the entire year, with the lockdown, with the good season and maybe not so good time. And I will request all of you who are keen to explore further because here we're talking about different formats, two of which are already running and operating, and they want to launch two more, which can become a part of your existing infrastructure. I will request all of you who are keen to explore further to also go to the outlet and perhaps do a meeting at the outlet, experience the food, the entire offering, and also the menu that you should look at. And Mr. Tamiz, I'll take this is a question from on with respect to the location. We
Okay.
have, I think, Mr. Channa Keshava from Bangalore, who's asking if Bangalore is a city where you would have maybe potential, a supply chain, and is that something which is open for you to consider?
Yeah, Bangalore is a very good spot for the brand actually. We already have an outlet in Hosur that is near to Bangalore actually. We already have an outlet in Hosur that was running very quite good actually before the pandemic. So that's a very good prime location for the barbecue, this kinds of concept actually. So you can say him that it is a very good concept. You will go for Bangalore, it will be a very big hit for sure. That's it. Because Hosur, we have in Hosur, we transacted nearly 10 lakhs per month. 10 lakhs per month is revenue. The overall sales is around 10 lakhs. Actually. So it is a very good place for our concept. So please say that it is a very good place.
Right. And maybe last, which I will also ask is on the staff, because you need some specialized staff on this. Will you also provide assistance to your prospective partners in recruitment of the staff?
Yeah. Actually, basically we send them after training only. We will not send just like that to the place to work it like that because if they don't know the basics thing, they cannot come and work there. Actually. And moreover, we train the staffs and send them, and as well as we provide a franchisee video type of thing, video format. We'll give to the franchisee because in case in any emergency, if the worker is not good or not well, if they show the video to the another worker. Like just like that, if they show the video to another worker, if he see that, he will just see that and he can work very easily. Actually. So there is no way of the work delay or any problem in the work. It won't come because we are providing the video format of the how to prepare the food and everything. We'll give it as a video format also. So that is the major benefit the franchisees will have because most of them they won't give the video formats like that. But we give the video formats itself, like how to put masalas, how much quantity should be used in every for this item, that item. Like that, we have like nearly 20 videos like that. Sure. So each videos they have they can learn easily, and they can even cook the food because it is that simple. The video will be there. So training with the video will be given.
All right, that's helpful. So there would be training which is given. These are put in the form of a video, which is very easy to access and also bring consistency. And that is something which the brand would train both the franchisee and also the staff. And Mr. Tamiz, as we come close to our time, I will also request maybe something that you want to give as a summary of the model or a message that you give to the entire audience who's listening to you as a closing remark.
See, the barbecue is a very good concept. Only big companies like Barbecue Nation, Cool Barbecues, only they are playing the major role in that actually. So what we are doing is that we are just bringing down the big concept to a small outlet. But the taste wise, it is more good and quality than the international concept. Actually. Like that, we prepare our food. It should taste equal like to the higher restaurant. So it's a very good concept we have done, and it's been going good in every place where we started the business. So for people who are interested in taking the outlet, it's a very good investment profit. So it's only one-time investment only. There's no royalty and everything. So it's not like other companies also, because we need to expand. We wanted to expand our brand to everywhere. So we don't want to charge any royalties or anything like that. So it's like only one-time investment for the people who are interested in that. So this is the main thing I want to say to people who are interested in taking the brand actually.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Thamis. And friends, we've also put our hotline number in the chat box. You can call us on this number and also email us, and we'll set up your call with Mr. Thamis discussion ahead. Anybody who's based out of Chennai and would like to visit the outlet, meet Mr. Thamis at the outlet, we would urge and advise all of you to be a part of the experience.
And the name is Tamil, not Thamis. So,
It is TAMIZH.
that is called Tamil in
All right.
our
Great. So friends, we also have an email ID, which is feedback@franchisenia.in. You can also write on this ID. And should you have any other query, you can feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much once again, friends, for being with us. And I will now request Ashna if you can take on the concluding remarks for the webinar.
Thank you so much.
Sure. So thank you so much, Thamis. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for joining in today. Thank you, dear friends. We faced some technical problem, but do reach out to us at our business hotline number, which is 9717683838. We also request you to join us on our different social handles to get more and more business opportunities, information, as well as franchise suggestions. Also share your suggestion and feedback. This helps because that will help us in improving the process. You wish to have more guidance from Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am, you can get so by joining them at their LinkedIn IDs. Information we have just shared on our screen. And today we wish you to join us for our Bharat Franchise Show. This is the show which will start at 7 p.m. We have invited the brand's representative of top 6 companies. They will come and join each one of us to showcase their brand as well as franchise model. So do registration either at our business hotline number or at Facebook page of Franchise India Brands Limited, where we have shared business opportunity with Chai 12 p.m. webinar series, where we are inviting the well-known professional hair care, home care brand where the team market. Zoggers is the brand we are representing tomorrow. So do registration today so that you can join us sharp 12 p.m. tomorrow as well as 7 p.m. today. Thank you so much once again for joining in today. Have a great day ahead.